Alright guys, welcome back. Another video game pickup video. This is a tail end of the eBay one from the previous one, and this is a new eBay one. Now I got a couple of games in from Amazon, but I'm waiting on a gigantic shipment that should be coming in tomorrow. So this is the second eBay video, and then there will be one gigantic Amazon video, and then potentially a second smaller Amazon video, and then definitely a third eBay video. So we got a lot of content to go over. Let's go right on into it. Now before I go into the eBay stuff, I picked up this stuff from Fangamer, and they gave me as a little treat. It looks like just a little pamphlet here on what I can buy, and then some goodies here inside, like a little pin, I guess, and a little, I don't know what this is, a pog. But anyway, pretty cool stuff. So that's that. But there's a YouTuber named Jeremy Parrish who he's great, and he does he has Game Boy, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Virtual Boy right now, 4 series that takes a chronological look of all the games that were ever released and kind of gives a mini review of them and a little history behind them. So I have a lot of his books that he's written, but these are now hardcover color versions. And what we have is, the first one is Game Boy Works Volume 1. Let me see if I can pan up a little bit. A comprehensive retrospective look back at every game published for Nintendo's Game Boy handheld in the US and Japan from April 1989 through June 1990. And on the back, there you go. And then I also picked up the second volume here, Game Boy Works Volume 2. A comprehensive retrospective look back at every game published for Nintendo's Game Boy handheld in the US, Japan, and Europe between July and October 1990. And then on the back we have more cover art from, you know, PAL versions and Japanese versions, etc. So, those I just wanted to get out of the way. Check him out. You can just type in Jeremy Parrish, Jeremy Parish, and you should be able to find him on YouTube. Great stuff that he produces. Now, this is a tail end of the first eBay video. I forgot to show this. I forgot to grab it. But it is a Paul Phoenix Fig Pin from Tekken 7. So, here we are. Pretty cool deal. And, like, the interesting thing is, again, like, here it shows Paul as number 12, right? Well, on the website, you can't find these. It's like they don't exist. There's Nita at number 10, King at number 11, Kazuya at number 9. When I pre-ordered Tekken 7, I ended up getting Hihashi, I think, and Jin Kazama. But I'm going to put this right now up next to the other Tekken ones that I have. There's 2. I have Hihashi at number 7 and Jin at number 13. So I got to see, there's at least 13 of them out there. I got to figure out where to get the rest of them. Now, let's go into the goodies from this eBay video. And first we're going to start with the current gen system. We have one game. It is for the PS3, and I say current gen meaning the most current of what I'm going to be going over, but Disegia, I don't know how to pronounce this, Disegia, something like that, Triple Play Collection. It's a 3-game collection from NIS America. Triple up on Netherworld nonsense. Okay, so it's Class Warfare. You have Disegia 3, Absence of Justice. It's Class Warfare among the freshmen, sophomore, and seniors, with the Netherworld at stake, who will come out on top. Disegia 4, with corruption on the rise, Prinny instructor Valva Torres is determined to take his fight all the way to the Netherworld, President, and beyond. And then Disegia D2, A Brighter Darkness. The cast of the original Disegia returns, and this time they're out to prove that they have what it takes to rule and protect the Netherworld. So, Japanese RPG, will never play it probably, unless I win the lottery and don't have to work. Because there's a million things obviously I have to play first, but that's a triple play, that's a 3-in-1 collection, therefore I collect it. Now we're going to go to the N64. So I was able to pick up 3 games, bottom of the 9th. Juan Gonzalez is shown here, the 98 AL MVP. This is from Konami XXL Sports Series. And other than it's in pretty damn good shape, it even came with a little baggie for the game, but there's a rip here on the box that was not shown. And I think the guy who I bought this from sent me not the correct one, because he still has one for sale at the same price I paid for this, and it doesn't show a rip. So I'm kind of pissed, but you know what? I mean, I could might email him. We'll see. Bottom of the 9th, batter up. Konami brings its famous bottom of the ninth to the Nintendo 64. Play as Juan Gonzalez and take on McGuire and Sosa and relive the chase for the home run crown. Over 750 real MLB PA players, 1998 rosters plus off-season trades and free agent signings. Scenario mode lets you replay nail-biting moments in history, including the dramatic 1998 home run race. 6 exciting play modes: practice, exhibition, all-star, season, playoffs, plus new scenario mode. 1998 schedule with interleague play, track stats in more than 20 categories, beautifully rendered stadiums, lifelike textured map polygon players, realistic new motion captured animations, signature styles of top players, trade players option, real-time play-by-play announcer. You could, at the time, you still probably can, go to Konami.com, but anyway, this bottom of the ninth for the N64. Next up, for the N64, we have Mission Impossible. Expect the impossible from Ocean. Good morning, Mr. Phelps. Prepare to enter into the most demanding and dangerous Mission Impossible ever. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, will be to guide your team through a spectacular series of authorized worldwide missions encompassing over 20 levels of gameplay. Razor-sharp reflexes, the ability to make quick decisions, strategic thinking, and an extremely high level of accuracy will prove essential. As always, should you or any member of your IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. As usual, Ethan Hunt will be your point man. This game will not self-destruct in 5 seconds, but you may. Good luck, Jim. Now, think about this for a minute. I'm going to pan down a little bit here. Think of what it says. It says a series of authorized worldwide missions. Well, authorized by who? The IMS? Or the IM? Because at the end of the day, of course they would authorize it. That's the whole point of them. But you can't disavow any knowledge if it's already been authorized normally. So that's an interesting little blurb that they probably should have fixed. Down here, an explosive arsenal of high-tech weapons and gadgetry, super smart AI adversaries, they will track you down, a pulse-pounding mixture of action and intelligence, interchangeable third to first-person viewpoints, players supported by backup IMF members. You can go to oceangames.com. Infogrames also had a hand in this, but Mission Impossible for the N64. And then lastly, I have a sealed copy of Elmos Number Journey from New Kid Co. New on the street. Preschoolers are in for a wonderful number-packed good time. Explore magical worlds with Elmo and his Sesame Street friends as he snowboards, jet skis, and drives off on an exciting video game adventure. Helps children ages 3 to 6 with number recognition and basic math skills. 3 skill levels easily adjustable by parent or child. Features voices from the beloved TV show. And then here it shows the money that CTW earns when you buy our licensed products is put right back into Sesame Street and other CTW educational projects. Thanks for helping. CTW.org and NewKidCo.com, but New Kid Co is unfortunately out of business. So, Sesame Street, Elmo's Number Journey sealed for the N64. I'm pretty pumped about this. I don't know if you can see with the glare, but there you go. Now, next up, we're going to go right to the original Game Boy. And I was able to get this, and I'm pumped about this, in pretty damn good shape. Superman, based on the Superman animated series from Warner Brothers, and it's a Super Game Boy game pack, and Titus made it. Become the Man of Steel. The sinister Lex Luthor is at it again. With his powerful weapon, the Lexoskel 5000, he'll stop at nothing to destroy the Man of Steel and take control of Metropolis. But now, you as Superman must come to the rescue in a battle against evil, spanning land, air, and sea. Take on the mysterious Shadow Walkers, battle the menacing extraterrestrial, the Preserver, escape heavy artillery fire, and defeat the Lexoskel 5000 before Lex Luthor's plan condemns Metropolis forever. So it features 10 exciting levels of action on land, air, and sea. Take on dozens of powerful adversaries led by Superman's nemesis Lex Luthor. And here it shows you gameplay on the Game Boy Compact Video Game System, and then gameplay on the Super NES using the Super Game Boy adapter, both sold separately. The interesting thing about the game here and then the game here, it doesn't look like there's much difference. Think about that. Look at this. I mean, there's really not difference. You're showing an underwater scene, whereas on Game Boy it would obviously show that. It would be darker. And here you're not underwater, you're just in a regular level, so I don't really see any color here. It's interesting. Oh, is it color? No, it's not. I kind of gave a little color to Super Game Boy, but it just allowed you to play on a bigger screen. Anyway, Superman for the Game Boy. Pretty cool. Next up, for the NES, I was able to pick up RBI Baseball 2. All 26 pro teams, real players, real 89 stats. This is a Tengen game, so obviously it had the Tengen seal of approval here, not licensed by Nintendo. If it gets any more realistic, you'll need a glove to play. RBI Baseball first set the standard as the only baseball game for play on the NES to use real players and their stats. RBI Baseball 2 raises the standard to a new level. You get all 26 pro teams, each with a roster of 24 real players. Every player comes with his actual 1989 stats. There's instant replay, as well as new and improved animation, graphics, music, and sound effects to make the game come alive. As the manager, you get the designated hitter rule, switch hitting, and your own lineup of starters and subs. It's so great, it's approved by the Major League Baseball Players Association. So, RBI Baseball 2 from Tengen for the NES. And then next up, we have 2 games for family fun. We have from Nintendo Short Order and Eggsplode. The power pad is required. Let me zoom out here. Didn't really do much, but Eggsplode is egg-citing. This henhouse will keep you hopping. It's your job to protect the chickens. The sly fox and his giggling friends are planting bombs in the henhouse. Quick, jump on the power pad to stop the explosion. But don't mistake an egg for a bomb, or the chicken may give you a piece of her mind. Extra good times are guaranteed. This is so bad. And then Short Order Shenanigans. Can you build a bigger burger? Piggy, Rabbit, and Mouse place their orders. Get hopping and see who can last the longest. Keep their orders straight, match their steps, and you'll make hamburgers as tall as a house. It's an entertaining romp for kids with an appetite for fun. So, I mean, these are the blurbs that you got back in the 80s. So you got Short Order and Eggsplode for the power pad for the NES. Next up, and I was happy to get this in almost mint condition, Quattro Adventure from Camerica and written by Codemasters. So this is an interesting thing, and the video game historian actually did a little video on this. These games were made by Camerica. Now, Camerica actually created the Game Genie. They, in the United States, marketed for Galoob, and Galoob ended up distributing it under the Galoob name, but Camerica actually created it. Same with Codemasters. Now, Camerica and Codemasters were side by side. Camerica has been a Canadian company, and they wanted the NES to last longer, and they knew that there were millions and millions of people. I think the gaming historian said over 30 million Americans still had an NES and were not going to upgrade to the SNES. So they created something called the Aladdin Deck Enhancer. And the Aladdin Deck Enhancer plugged right into your NES, and these games plugged right into that. And they allowed you to, they pretty much, Camerica were publishing games at like 18 to 20 bucks a game for the people who were not going to upgrade to SNES. So there was a way to extend the NES's library, and not only, but also the lifespan. And then Camerica ended up going out of business right when they were about to launch the Aladdin Deck Enhancer. So there are still some out there. The video game historian found out that some guy bought a whole warehouse full of crap, and there was a ton, like 10,000 of them out there. So you can get these for, I didn't know this, but you can get these for pretty cheap. And it's interesting. It's a good thing I watched that video. I remember seeing this game complete in horrible shape. I'm talking the box was ripped and everything else for like 60 bucks. I bought this online for like 20, so I'm happy. But 4 games in 1 cartridge, Quattro Adventure. So you get Boomerang Kid. Amazing gameplay starring the Boomerang Kid and a host of weird creatures, snapping alligators, cute koalas, Howard the Dingo, knights in armor, Toby the dog, plus castles, secret switches, crumbling platforms, hidden caves, world warps. The fun never stops, an absolutely brilliant game. And here it shows you Koala Creek and Vampire Bats. Now over here you get Super Robin Hood. Adventure through Nottingham Castle, conquering troll guards, patrolling dwarves, vampire bats, fanged spiders, fire-breathing gargoyles, spiked cannonballs, razored spikes, and more. Discover keys, secret passages, dungeons, torture chambers, and collect stolen treasures including chests, crowns, diamonds, shields, and goblets and rubies. All the action of the famous legends successfully captured in this amazing video game. And here it shows you dungeons and ramparts for this game. Then you got Treasure Island Dizzy. Dizzy's cartoon adventure on Treasure Island. Discover Zakiria, a magical kingdom ruled by evil wizard Zax. Explore the mysterious island's treehouse village. fabulous gold mines, dragons' lairs, cloud castle, find secret treasure maps, encounter strange magicians, wizards, trolls, pirates, leprechauns, and many other weird and wonderful creatures. And here you get stolen treasure and yoke folk shop. And then Linus Spacehead. Planet Earth? I hope the natives are friendly, thought Linus Spacehead, as his space car spiraled out of control toward the strange planet. And what a strange place planet Earth turns out to be. Weird and wonderful aliens, frantic platform action, and some of the zaniest gameplay ever seen takes Linus through an escape plan that is out of this world. And here you wipe out in Cosmic Swamp. So again, this is in almost mint condition. I'm excited for this, to have this in my collection. So that's another NES game I was able to get. And when we have more, this also is in almost mint condition. Back to the Future Part 2 and 3. 2 exciting missions and 1 incredible game. So, 2 action-packed adventures and 1 great game. Get ready for a wild romp through time. Marty McFly, because you're about to take off on a double mission to save the past, present, and future. Better load up on pizza and soda as you rocket to the year 2015 and dock supercharged time machine. Hang on to your high-speed hoverboard as you teach Biff Tannen a thing or two about stealing your sports almanac and locate the special objects he's hidden throughout time. Then, if your flux capacitor isn't on the fritz, it's off to the Wild West, where sharp-shooting gunslingers want you out of town by sundown. The fate of the world, not to mention generations of McFlys, is in your hands, and you're out of time. So here, your high-speed hoverboard may be just what you need to help repair the time-space continuum. Locate the controller, call the time-traveling sports car, and jump to the past, present, and future. Never time travel on an empty stomach. Find bonus puzzle rooms to load up on junk food. And here, welcome to the Wild West. Gun-toting cowboys, savage Indians, deadly rattlesnakes, and more. And this is made by LGN. And nowadays, I don't think you can call them savage Indians, so it's pretty funny. And then lastly, this is not sealed, but it's still in its original shrink wrap with its original price, which was like $55 at Walmart way back in the day. Tiny Toon Adventures from Konami. These Tiny Toons have big problems. That's right, the arch-enemy of Acme Acres, Montana Max, has kidnapped the ever-so-popular Babs Bunny. Now the furry female's fate rests in the paws of Buster Bunny and his crime-fighting pals, Dizzy Devil, Furball, and Plucky Duck. 4 kooky buddies with their own special talent. Buster can bounce over bad guys with the best of them. Furball uses his feline claws to climb walls. Dizzy Devil prefers to spin through them, and Plucky can glide through the air and swim like a fish. Choose which partner you want at the beginning of each level before you face off against Time and Goofballs Gone Bad in 6 zany wonderlands. And those cartoon characters are the weirdest sight you'll ever see. Roderick Rat will nibble you numb, Arnold the iron-pumping pitbull can knock you silly with his dumbbells, and Elmira the overly affectionate one will love you toony. To save Babs, you need to beat each boss character and swipe the 5 cage keys. You'll also have to find your way through haunted forests, creepy pirate ships, hidden rooms, dingy back alleys, secret chambers, and wacky land to finally get to Monty's mansion. But to get that far, you'll need to watch out for traps, moving floors, switches, and doors. So you better get jumping, or it'll be curtains for our playful pals. So, Tiny Toon Adventures for the NES. And now, a couple games for the 3DO. We're going to start first with this one. Also came out for the Saturn, and I have it for the Saturn. Quarterback Attack with Mike Ditka, the professional quarterback simulator. Videogames Magazine, Digital Pictures has a winner with the most original football game in years. So I remember playing this for the Saturn, and it sucked. But anyway, Quarterback Attack is the first professional quarterback simulator. It puts you in the helmet of a real quarterback. You don't just control him, you are the quarterback. In a stadium full of screaming fans, you're in control, calling the plays, dodging the defense, throwing the passes. Screw up and you'll have to answer to the coach, Iron Mike Ditka. So, here, winning isn't pretty. Over here, hundreds of plays to choose from. Pick up the blitz and call an audible. Look downfield and find your man. You're really going to feel this hit. And then here, as the clock ticks, your work is cut out for you. Choose from hundreds of plays, read defenses and call audibles, dodge the rush and find an open receiver, target and time your pass. If all else fails, scramble. Real football strategy, hurry-up offense mode, full quarterback stats, 6 skill levels. So, from Digital Pictures for the 3DO, we have Quarterback Attack. And, whoopsie, I don't want this to fall out. Alright, good. And then lastly, this is sealed, and it's pretty rare. I'm happy to get it sealed. It is the 3DO Interactive Sampler CD number 2 from 3DO. sink your teeth into these hot 3DO titles. So you got 3D Atlas, Jam It, Shadow, War of Succession, Alone in the Dark, Soccer Kid, ESPN Golf, Lower Your Score with Tom Kite Shot Making, Road Rash, Toon Time in the Classroom, Gritters, and Way of the Warrior. And then here, a special bonus includes 3DO Storage Manager Utility. So those are the games I was able to pick up. Thanks a lot for watching. A like would be appreciated. And again, stay tuned for a ton more content. There will probably be another video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday, because I am expecting a gigantic Amazon shipment to come in. And then as the rest of Amazon comes in, the rest of the games from eBay will come in as well, and we'll have more videos to show you. And Dead or Alive 6 comes out Friday. I cannot wait. I will have gameplay videos of Dead or Alive 6 loaded up as well. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.